Hey guys, Mike the Viking here, back for yet another Rust update video. I haven't done one of these videos in a very long time, I'm super sorry. Just been busy on Thursdays. Anyway, let's get into this one. First thing we got is, we have the magical binoculars have been added into the game. This is a craftable item, it costs 5 high qual and a gear, so that's pretty cheap. They allow you, pretty simply, to see things far away. But the cool thing is they have 3 different magnifications. So here is the farthest away, here's all the way zoomed in, and then here's like middle. So I mean that's pretty nice variation. The zoom is the same as a 4-power scope on max, so there's no really advantage to having binos except that it's obviously cheaper than a scope. Previously you could only use 4-power scope for seeing things far away. So now we have a nice cheap alternative, which is kinda cool. And they definitely look nice, a good view model and stuff. I approve. Next up we have some changes to furnaces, campfires, and large furnaces. Basically, this furnace is totally fine, I will show you how it works. So when I turn this on, it's all nice and easy because it has a spot for the metal frags and for the charcoal. However, what people used to do is they would put some metal frags here so that it would only give you metal frags and it would just spit out the charcoal. Basically this was affecting server performance like pretty badly. So now when you do this and you turn it on, as soon as it's done generating once, it will just spit out 1 charcoal and then it will automatically turn off. So if your furnace turns off, that just means that you didn't leave space for the charcoal, and then it'll be back to running fine. This goes for campfires as well as large furnaces. You basically have to leave space for like all materials that'll be generated. Anything that makes server performance better I am very happy about, so that's good. They reduced a lot of costs for things. Firstly, the holo site now only requires 1 tech trash. C4 only requires 2 tech trash. The suppressor only costs 5 high qual instead of, I believe, 8. The crossbow no longer requires gears to craft, so it's much easier for early game. And the cost for netting is a little cheaper too. There's probably a few others, but I just couldn't find them. Basically, some things are cheaper, that's cool. They also made a couple new things removable. Basically, if you have TC access and a hammer out, you can now pick up any of these things, the lantern, the flame turret, this auto turret, ceiling light, and the tuna can thing. This is great, makes it a lot easier for like vanilla players. Just really quick and easy, and you can just pick these things up and go right away. I like that a lot, that's really nice to see. The next thing they changed, which is kind of strange, is they've added a skin cooldown period. Basically, you could buy items from the Rust item store before, and after the 7-day like item trade hold, you could sell those items on the Steam market. Now you have to wait until those items are no longer available on the item store, which is usually like 8 weeks, which is pretty lengthy. So now if you buy an item, you won't be able to do anything with it for like 2 months, which is kind of a pain. Like that's way too long in my opinion. I mean, they're arguing it's good for like the makers of the skin, but I disagree. I think that's kind of that's just too far. 8 weeks is crazy. There was also some talk of some optimization things. I personally am getting about the same FPS, so I can't say for sure if they've actually done much, but at least they're trying. It sounds like next week they're going to be trying to do some server performance, which is definitely much needed. They updated a few of the view models in the game, basically making the animations a little bit more like stiff and more like realistic. I won't go through them, you can see the video, but I guess it looks better, so that's good. They also buffed the muzzle brake this week. Not that it really needed a buff, now it has even less recoil. So that's me crouched, here's standing. And that's of course with me compensating, but I mean that's very little recoil. I would say this is very effective now for like medium range. Definitely not very good at like distance, obviously, but I would say like this kind of range, this thing is gonna be like awesome. The last thing that they changed, which you may have noticed, is they messed around with the weapon field of view. Basically, in the past, when you changed your FOV, the weapon FOV would change also, and that's not to say that it doesn't anymore, but they just kind of changed it. So now when your FOV is at 90, it looks like your weapon FOV is at like 70. So it's like super zoomed in. A lot of people are complaining about this, at least on my server, saying like what the heck's with the weapon FOV, and I personally don't like it either. I much prefer when, you know, weapons are like further away, and I would increase to, if I had control, I would set it to like weapon FOV like 100 and just go crazy. Yeah, so just in case you're noticing, the real FOV has not changed. You know, it's still FOV 90. It's just that they made the weapon FOV much like tighter. Apparently this is to do with like clipping on the view model. I mean, it's quite clearly clipping here too. I don't know what's happening there, but you know, it's all good. I just thought I would mention that. That's everything that's in the game this week. However, we got a couple things to look forward to. Firstly, it looks like we're going to be getting footwear specific footsteps. Basically, this isn't in this week. I thought it was, but I checked and I don't think it is. Depending on what you're wearing, it's going to make different sounds. So that's kind of like a more tactical aspect to the game. I think that's pretty good. It sounds like the AI update will come out in April. We're just waiting for Unity 5.6 to come out, and then as soon as that does, that means the devs can actually do something, so that's exciting. However, they don't know that it's coming out in April, so it may be all the way to May 4th, of course, because they can only do it on a forced wipe. So we may be waiting quite a while, let's hope not. It also looks like we're getting a new monument, the rocket launch site. This is looking very, very cool. Kind of like a nice factory place, of course, where you launch rockets. So I think that's going to look really, really cool. The concept art is awesome. I look forward to seeing this in the game. And that's pretty much everything this week. Not too much, but I do like the binoculars, and I like the furnace thing. I think that's a good change. Quieter week in comparison to others, but I'm not complaining because they've added so much stuff recently. Maybe they should take a break and focus on optimization and stuff. I think that's definitely good. Anyways, that's all I got for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like. Also, if you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe. I've got plenty more videos on the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.